Hi guys, if you're wondering why it is dark outside, it is because I just got home. It is 8:45 p.m. on a Saturday night and I was about to take my makeup off, and then I was like, oh, I haven't filmed a video in a while. So I decided to film this video before I go wash my face and crawl into bed at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. Basically, today I'm gonna be showing you guys some books that I am reading. I put reading in quotes because I haven't been doing much reading lately, but that's gonna change. I just also wanted this video to be like for the purpose of accountability. I feel like if I say it out loud and I share it with you guys will obviously ask me questions, hold me accountable, and then I will feel obligated to obviously finish these books so that I can talk to you guys about them. So it's kind of twofold. I picked this book up, I want to say in 2019, or maybe I picked it up, I want to say I picked it up in the beginning of 2020, like right at the beginning of quarantine. I found it in Target. I was familiar with the title, like I definitely had come across it or heard of it before, but like I couldn't really place where. So I was just in Target one day, ventured into the book section, and I found this, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. I read it, I read up until like chapter 4 maybe, and then I like kind of like put it down just because like life happened and I wasn't like loving it. Content wise, I did like it, but this book is like very like metaphor heavy and very like anecdote heavy. So a lot of the things that he's trying to explain, he explains them by like sharing other people's stories or sharing other like examples and metaphors and stuff like that. So it kind of wasn't hard to read, but I needed to actually like, when I read, I visualize a lot, probably more than the average person. So like it became a lot to like have to visualize each single scenario. Actually, the reason I used to love reading so much is because I am such a visualization person. So it'd be so easy for me to like read words on a piece of paper and then have it totally like visualized in my mind. But in the case where it's technically like a non-fiction book, but then you are adding so much like anecdote into it, it kind of was just like a constant like switch that I had to do in my mind basically. And it was like, at times it felt like he was trying too hard to be like badassy, I guess. But I did actually stumble across a YouTube video that Mark himself did and filmed and posted to YouTube, where he basically walks people through the entire book, chapter by chapter. It's like a 30 or 40-minute YouTube video, don't quote me, but it's not more than an hour. It's definitely less than an hour. But he, the actual author of the book, summarizes the book for the people that didn't read it. So instead of actually physically reading this book, actually when I was just at the gym one day, I watched the YouTube video where he summarized each chapter of the book, and I was like, wow, like I actually really appreciate this. Like I knew I was gonna like it, but like hearing the author, it's always something interesting when an author summarizes their book versus like someone else summarizing their book, like a journalist or like a critic or something like that. So because of the way that he spoke about the book and the way that he summarized it and explained things, I was like, oh, okay, so like it was going in the right direction. Like, and I think I still will physically read it because I do want to read it just for my own satisfaction. But I did technically finish it in terms of like I know what the concepts are in each chapter already. So I do recommend this book. And if you're not a reader, or if you're short on time, or if you just want to get to the point kind of thing, then I definitely recommend the YouTube video that Mark himself did on this book as well. These are in no particular order, by the way. Hood Feminism. I included this in a freelance article that I wrote probably at the beginning of 2021, basically just talking about like books that people should read, books that Black women should read going into 2021. I'm very tired, you guys, I'm sorry. So I am only like one chapter into this book. I love the cover. This book came up in conversation a few times, I think, just in the midst of like summer 2020. I don't think by any particular person that referred it to me, but I like was recommended it online through like just like social media ads and stuff like that. And then the cover just like really drew me in, and I was like, oh, like I like the name, like I would like to think more about that. I didn't get too deep into this book just because I am in school full time and I do work full time, and you guys already know the spiel. I give this spiel in every single video. I just have a lot of stuff going on that demands a lot of my attention right now. But I do have all intentions of finishing this book I can't obviously give you guys a review on it, which this isn't a review video. This is a what I'm currently reading video. So it is accurate. I do want to dive more into this. I'm actually going to keep this at my nightstand, so I'll be like in close quarters with it and be able to just grab it and read it. So that is this. If you guys have read this, let me know what you think, and I will definitely update you guys, because I definitely want to implement this concept and what I learned from this into just like daily conversation, and kind of apply it to my life and apply it to my future career, obviously, which is like a very like people serving career. So yeah, I will circle back around to this one for sure. This little thickums, I think I posted this on my Instagram story, on my Instagram feed actually, when I first started reading it. It's Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? Love the name. And Other Conversations About Race, by Beverly Daniel Tatum. She has her PhD in psychology, if I'm not mistaken. She also is from Florida, maybe even Tampa, more specifically, which I'm from Tampa, Florida. And just when I was researching her work, just like her career and her academic work, we had a lot of similarities. This book actually originally came out in the 70s or 80s, or maybe it was the 90s, maybe I'm tripping. But either way, they did like yeah, it must have been the 90s, because they just recently had like the 20th anniversary edition, which is what this is. Got this from Amazon. It's definitely thick. I like this book. Out of all the books that I have here, I think this is the book that I can see myself just like kind of like getting lost in the most, as far as like, like sitting down to read and then like looking up one day and like looking up like 3 hours later and being like, oh wow, 3 hours went by. Like, this is definitely easy to read, not dumbed down by any means, but easy and intriguing to read. And the concepts aren't like too wordy or like just thrown at you. She's not talking to you like, I am the professor of life and you are a wee peasant, you know. Like, it's definitely easy to read in that sense. And I appreciate what Beverly Daniel Tatum, I should say, I'm sorry, what she has done for the community and what she's still doing. I'm pretty sure she lives in Atlanta now, but I do know that she also got like the highest possible like level of honor recognition from the American Psychological Association, which is like a big deal to someone like me. Just a big deal to someone like me that obviously is in the psychology field and the psychology world in general. Please excuse Oliver once again using his freaking litter box. So yeah, that was super impressive to me. She's the president at she either was or still is the president at Spelman College, another big thing. So yeah, we just had a lot of similarities as far as like just like the social, the cultural, the whole like being a psychology nerd and me. Next up, the late and great Toni Morrison. She actually only passed away maybe a few years ago, like 2018 she passed away, I want to say. Toni Morrison is the GOAT. I don't even know what I'll say. She's the GOAT. I haven't ever read anything by her as far as like a full book or a full project, a full novel, but I'm very familiar with her interviews. I'm very familiar with her stance on writing for Black people, as far as like the content that she writes about. So this is The Source of Self-Regard. It's actually just a bunch of different essays, speeches, short excerpts, stuff like that she has written. So it's not like a novel or like a mass book. It's just a lot of things placed together. She has won the Nobel Prize in Literature. If you don't know who she is, just I'm not trying to be like, oh, like, if you don't know who she is, look her up herself, but like very truly just like Google her name and like accolade after accolade. But I'm an amazing African-American woman who is a writer, who is an author, who is very like solid in her stance about, I'm not gonna write to cater to the audience that isn't my people kind of thing. Not in a like exclusive, like in a like I'm excluding you kind of way, but just in a like, I'm gonna write what I know, I'm gonna write what my people know, and I'm gonna write what my people need to know. And I appreciate that so much. So yeah, Toni Morrison, Source of Self-Regard. I actually haven't opened this one at all yet. I bought this one at the same time that I bought Hood Feminism. Actually, no, this was a gift. This was a gift. Let me not give people their credit. This was a birthday gift from my best friend. She bought me Hood Feminism and this book at the same time, I'm pretty sure. But it was on my Amazon wish list for a while. So I was around like September 2020. I actually haven't opened this one yet. but I do have intentions to start reading it. So this book. Okay, I need to make a whole separate video about just John Green and his impact on young adult fiction and his impact on me as a teenager, as a writer, for real. But Will Grayson. Okay, so I was a John Green fanatic. You know, Looking for Alaska, obviously very cliche. What else was there? Paper Towns, The Fault in Our Stars. This is in no particular order. And then Abundance of Catherines. I actually believe Abundance of Catherines is his best book, John Green. But yeah, and then he co-wrote this book with David Levithan, which David Levithan is like a really, really popular writer. I have never read anything by him that he has like solo written, but when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, middle school, high school, and I would be in the bookstore just going down the aisles, just imagining all the books that I could buy with my imaginary money, I would see his name all the time. So he's very established in the game. I mean, John Green, at this point when he wrote this book, was established as well. But yeah, basically, I used to love John Green. Love John Green. I will make another video about that, I think, at some point, if you guys are interested. It might just be too niche, I don't know. But basically, I bought this book, I don't know how long ago. I was still, I don't think I was in high school, but I was definitely still in like undergraduate college when I bought this book. Maybe high school, I don't know. But it's not even like it's a bad book. It's not bad written, it's not poorly written, it's not any of that. But I just didn't finish it. But I have all the intentions to finish it. Basically what I can tell you so far is that there's two boys, they both have the same name. So a boy named Will Grayson meets another boy named Will Grayson. They live pretty different lives from each other. And then each chapter, I think, kind of like bounces back from like this Will Grayson and this Will Grayson. They do know each other now, so it's not like they're complete strangers. Their lives have already overlapped like very early on in the book, and then they are kind of like telling the story from their two perspectives. And the way that you can tell a difference is like one is written like very much like how a novel is written, with like paragraphs and quotations and dialogue and stuff like that. And then the other chapters that are by the other Will Grayson are written like kind of more like in a script or text form, like that. So I don't hate this book. I don't hate it. I don't have any excuse as to why it's taken me probably 10 years to read it. I really wish I knew when I bought this. I want to say I was still in high school, and if that's the case, that's definitely going on 10 years. But I will finish this book because it's not bad by any means. I don't know. So this is the last book that I need you guys to hold me accountable to finish. So really, this is the only fiction book that I have. This is nonfiction. This is definitely nonfiction. And this is also definitely nonfiction. And this is like, I guess you would consider this nonfiction slash like self-help or like advice giving type stuff. So these are the five books that I need you guys to hold me accountable to finish. With this one, I'm not super pressed because I do already know like everything that's in here in a summarized fashion. But these for sure, I need you guys to hold me accountable to finishing, and I will keep you guys updated. I'm one of those people that has a Goodreads account, but I don't update my Goodreads ever. I wish I could just like go inside my brain and like make a tally of every book I've ever read, because even on my Goodreads account, it's not every single book I've ever read because I just don't remember all of them. But yeah, I definitely have, I think A Picture for Dorian Gray is like my most recent book that I read on Goodreads, and it says I'm on like page 13 or something, which is not true. So I just need to update it. But I figured this was like a quicker way to update that, and then we will see how this goes. I will try to do like every 2 months a bookshelf tour, assuming that I can finish these books in 2 months. These are the books that I am currently reading. Like I said, I haven't quite restarted yet, but I will. By the time you guys see this video, I will be in the process of reading these. And I hope I can like share some knowledge with you guys, and like share the knowledge. Like really, I just like to take knowledge from books and like have facts and stuff like that, and just like have context for my relationships with people, and have context for conversations, especially with all of these nonfiction books. I'm sure these will all definitely inform me on what's going on in the world, just as far as like relationships with people and things like that, as far as like socio-cultural politics and stuff like that. So yeah, that is what I am currently reading. I've said that like 5 times now. I'm so very tired, but yeah, I will post this video and then I will let you guys know when I finish these books, give a quick review. We can chat about it in the comments as well. And then I will hopefully have another bookshelf tour for you guys in a few months of new books that I am going to be reading after I finally finish these. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I do not let you guys down. I hope that I don't let myself down. And can't wait to chat about these books and all the future books to come.